all for being with us. Our first presentation is reserved for cybersecurity application platform. All companies want to leverage digital solutions and realize the benefits from the efforts of their digital transformation journey. For those benefits, companies need to consider and address cybersecurity. An effective approach to cybersecurity is to leverage best practices and standards for your industry. The cybersecurity application platform is designed to support customers in implementing cybersecurity controls and best practices, which ultimately leads to aligning to regulatory and governance requirements. More about cybersecurity platform we will have chance to hear from the men that have 12 years of experience with ICT and security consulting. He started his career in Microsoft Croatia, after in Eurocloud Croatia, and now he's a cybersecurity consultant for Schneider Electric. Please welcome Mr. Marko Gulan. Marko, the floor is yours again. Welcome.
Thank you. So I tried to share my presentation, but it does not allow to me share my screen. So we will...
Okay, you can now.
Okay, great. Okay, great. So I will share it. It would be easier to share it with...
Yes.
Share. Okay.
We can see it, thank you.
Yes, you can see it. I will just maximize it.
Marko, please, full size. If you can see full.
Yeah,
thank
it's full
you.
size.
Thank you. Now it's great.
Okay. So first of all, thank you for this nice introduction. I'm Marko Gulan and cybersecurity consultant for Southeastern Europe in Schneider Electric. And I would like to talk about cybersecurity application platform. So I think that we late maybe for the 5 minutes with the cybersecurity, especially in OT. So I think that is time to speed up our cybersecurity right now. So as you mentioned, I will skip up this introduction slide. So if this presentation is in live, I would like to ask you how secure is your company, and maybe 80% of us will think about physical security. Do we have fire alarms? Do we have maybe cards for the entering in the companies? Do we have security, firemen, sprinkler system, and others? Maybe 15% of us will think about cybersecurity. Okay, so we have a password policy, we have antivirus, we have firewalls, we have newest network equipment. But I don't know, maybe 1 or 2% of us, of all of you, will think about, is my industry security? So what I have to do that my company is more secure? So this is reality. So every second, every 14 seconds, we have a ransomware attack on global. And these are data from the 2021. I think that there will be something different this year, and I can't wait that I can see new data. So every IoT device, when it is connected to the internet, it is attacked in 5 minutes. 50 days is typically pass between breach discovery and reporting dates. So we had data breach today, and for 50 days we have a whole report which of data we lost. Only 2% of IT budget is used for security. So it is totally wrong. I think that security is not cost, it's our investment in the future of our business. 22% of security issues stem from outdated and unpatched software. This part, unpatched software devices, are the most critical for the OT. 3.8 million USD is average cost of a breach. On a global market, average breach costs $3.8 million. It's not just damage. It's I don't know. After the breach, we have buying a new equipment. We have to educate our people and something like that. So the costs are very big. 67% is the increase in security breaches over the last 5 years. So I think that 2022, so the 2021, we had 100% rise of the cybersecurity attacks. If we are looking maybe on the numbers of 2020. So 70% of employees don't understand cybersecurity, and why is it matter for my company? So I was maybe a month ago in one of the biggest Croatian food and beverage companies, and the first thing which I saw that some of the operator on the produce line had to print some script for his child, and he put USB stick in the computer which is managing product line for the milk, juices, and something like that. So can you imagine what causes could make at that moment if that USB was infected? So 92% malware is spread by email, and 95% of HTTPS servers are vulnerable to man-in-the-middle attack. So if you take a look in these numbers, we can see that only two last parts for the email and the HTTPS servers are related to IT. All of these parts here, we are talking indirectly about operational technologies and about critical systems in our companies. So why do we need cybersecurity? We have 4 pillars, and that are connectivity, mobility, cloud, and analytics. So when we are talking about connectivity, so we have gain number of the smart connected devices, and connectivity is really important today and future. Today we have to standard connectivity, and if we are talking about 5G, then all of our devices should work on the 5G network. So then we have a mobility. So digital transformation had some positive cause, and that is that we can have remote access to every part of the business, but it is also a threat for us. So when we are talking about cloud, we have massive aggregation of data, and it is hard to manage it on premise. So we are moving our environments in the cloud. Also, industrial applications are oriented to the artificial intelligence, and so we have some issues and some concerns about analytics and how to optimize all the parts in these levels. So when we are talking about cybersecurity, we have to talk about risk and vulnerability, and we have to identify them. So as director of FBI said once, there are two kinds of companies: the companies which already has breached, and the companies which will breached. So we have to understand that we have two critical points, and we speak about them in the panel discussion. So first is the point where we are trying to stop cyber attacks, but I think it's not it's impossible, because we have zero-day attacks, because we have, I don't know, our employees who are not concerned about some bad causes of their actions in the network. So we are oriented on the second point, and the second point is how to minimize bad causes of cyber attacks. So, what's happening in the world? So here is one picture from the last year when the Croatia was sixth globally country about cyber attacks. And cyber attacks, when you take a look on cyber map, I don't know, of Kaspersky and some other vendors, you will see the cyber attacks in real time. Some of them showed you DDoS, some of them showed you ransomware, and in the middle. So you can see that attacks from the state to state, and there is increased number of the attacks, see, especially of the attacks of activism and nation sponsored attacks. And so, did you think about what will happen is if someone takes over your control system infrastructure, and does it could prove fatal? So it can cause power outages, it can paralyze transport system, or if someone take control of your traffic lights, it could be some injuries. It can triggering ecological catastrophes. And so industry I think is the most critical about cybersecurity, because over last decade there has been an exponential rise in cyber attacks on critical infrastructure. Strategic attacks are aimed at disrupting industrial activities for monetary, competitive, political, or social gain, or even as a result of personal grievance. So we had some biggest attacks on oil and gas industries. August 2012, coordinated spear phishing attack targeted computer network of one of the biggest oil firm. It was Anko, and they had attacked, infected as many as 30,000 computers. But so they had some cyber defense, and they did not lose control of their productivity, so they stopped the cyber attack. Then we have last year in February, Oldsmar, Florida, cyber attack was able to gain access to the operational technology of system of water treatment. The attack attempted to poison the water supply by increasing the amount of sodium hydroxide, also known as lye, in the water from 100 parts per million to 11,100 parts per million. The attack focused on the outdated IT network on the plant, exploiting its web-accessible payment system, and using it to access to company's web server. Vector of attack was outdated IT environment. Food and beverage, we have a lot of food and beverage companies which has some cyber attacks. Last year in Croatia, we have biggest 5 food and beverage companies which was victims of the cybersecurity. So maybe the biggest cyber attack was 2015 in December, Ukraine power grid cyber attack. 30 substations were switched off, and 230,000 people were left without electricity for these 6 hours. So attack was take control of their SCADA, and people lost their electrical energy. So what is our mission with cybersecurity solution and services? So we have to provide customers with operational technology, cybersecurity services and solutions to meet their security objectives, comply with standard, and assist in their digital transformation. So we have to divide here two comply standards. IT standards for the security, it's ISO 27001. And we have in this operational technology, we have IEC 62443 standard, which is cybersecurity standard for the industrial part of environment. So we have to provide services and solutions wherever OT network infrastructure coverage with IT platforms. So we do not want to divide OT and IT. We have to converge them. So IT platform has to be support for the OT. OT cannot work without IT, and IT cannot work without OT. We do not want to focus only at emails, only at the data. We want to protect operations of your business, of the productivity of industry. And so constantly innovate new OT cybersecurity solution and integrate best-in-class technologies, creating a foundation partner for operational stability and digitization. So, what are some points which we have to cover with our customers? So our customers want to be compliant to standard and regulations IEC 62443, and and then we want to implement for them CAP packages structured to align the IEC 62443 requirements. So customers want to build IT/OT convergence, and so customer told us, I have already infrastructure to manage critical services in my IT. How can I benefit from them? IT department defines security rules for OT. When IT department define security rules for OT with the IT principles, that not going so well. So that caused big problems. So we use for the customer, we use our strategic partners to leverage existing infrastructure skills, and we want to gain for them flexible platform that will allow customers to add on capabilities as new models are created. So it is not idea to divide system. It is idea to divide some people. So equal to IT world. If sales guy cannot access to the HR module, why all employees in your industry, in your production, have to have access to all of your devices? There is no need. So we want to divide that employees, that everyone can make his own business. So customers want have security measures put in one place in OT network to protect digital assets and enable the digital transformation. So if you have few platforms for your customers and few dashboards, they can be lost in space. So we are creating one platform used to monitor and maintain cybersecurity controls and making central management capabilities for security. Also, customers identify security risks and what are solutions from Schneider Electric to reduce these risks. So we are monitoring services included in offering provide insights on cyber data collected, and data collected within the dashboard allows customers to make data-driven decision on their cybersecurity controls. So as you can see, we have strongly partnerships with our vendors as Nozomi, Clarity, Acronis, KVM for KVM for the virtualization, Syslog for the logs, and we are creating the best-in-class cybersecurity applications for our customers to protect their OT business. So here are some picture. Here are some scheme where you can see that Schneider's tools and Schneider's applications are also ISO and IEC certified. So we have to be ISO 27017 certified for our apps, analytics, and services. And of course, our applications and services and products which we are using for edge control and connect products, we are IEC 62443 compliant. And so our main idea is to protect all these layers of the customers network, and of course give to customers the training and awareness. And we talk about awareness in this panel discussion. So when we are talking about IEC 62443 levels, we have four levels of security levels. So security level 1 is just to move employees' errors. You can do it with antivirus, anti-malware, I don't know, with restriction for the USBs, and that are some procedures. Security level 2, so we are defending systems from the cybercrime and from the hackers. And security level 3 and security level 4 are the levels which we will have to implement in the next maybe few years, because cyber terrorism, national state terrorism, and hacktivism are in the rise. So security level 4 and security level 3 at this moment are adopting oil and gas industry and I think power grid industry. But here levels will expect us, all of us, in next maybe 1 or 2 years. So what we are doing with our cybersecurity application platform. So this is the picture, this is the scheme about organization which has security level 0. And firewalls, network equipment are configured by the book, but you have in computers and your critical services in the same control zone, which is not good if you have some breaches and you have some cyber attack, because someone can take all of your services under his control. But if we implement service level 2 in the customer's environment, so we divide this part of the networks, and we want to make it more secure. So if you have some breach on your firewall, on your business workstation, application servers, so you cannot or a hacker cannot go to your field devices which are main in your critical services. So I would like to call it, it's like onion. So you have few rings that if you want to take control under the whole process. So this is in short about Schneider's cybersecurity application. I think that I'm on the minute, so I'm ready for your questions and for your ideas.
Thank you, Marko, for this great, inspiring presentation. We really have the chance to learn something new. I have a few questions for you. Does it mean that cybersecurity becomes inevitable part of business? And what about those companies having a limited number of IT staff?
So if company has a limited number of IT staff, they rely on their IT and OT partners. So I think that companies with a limited number of IT staff have to make strategic idea that they will outsource upgrading of their system to the higher service levels. If you don't have staff, it is better that you do not try to make it more secure, because you will make it more weak.
Thank you. My second question. What could be possible challenges when implementing CAP solution?
Okay, so CAP solution from the Schneider, I forget to told that it is vendor agnostic. So I think the most challenges are that maybe you don't have defined any procedures, and maybe you will have employee resistance to implement these cybersecurity applications. And also IT parts, when you say cyber, then IT department of the company told it is ours. So cybersecurity of OT is not IT story, it is industrial story, it is automation story, and IT just have to be service here. And when we are talking about implementing of cybersecurity application platform, I think that we do not have challenges. We can use all of your equipment and make it better to make your security levels increase.
Thank you, Marko. Do you provide after-sales services?
Of course, we provide after-sales services for all our customers, and also for cybersecurity application platform. So we have very strong cyber team inside of Schneider Electric. So we are covering all parts, pre-sales, sales, and after-sales services. So for the customers who does not have enough knowledge, we are working for them consultancy, gap analysis, I don't know, implementation plan, so they can at all rely on us, and we can make them environment more secure.
Thank you. And my last question, what kind of encryption you use, and any info about BCP and disaster recovery?
So I think that encryption depends of customers' wishes, and about BCP business, you think about business continuity plan. And am I right? BCP about business continuity plan. So we have some customers where we already built for our customers totally new architecture, and we made for them BCP solutions in the case that, I don't know, there is an earthquake and their fabric is totally damaged. They can move, I don't know, 60 or 100 kilometers far from the first point, and they can have their own business continuing work.
Thank you. Thank you, Marko. Marko Gulan, our first presenter, our first presentation. We will be back in a minute. Stay with us.